Hey, what is up, YouTube? Welcome to my review of the Thrunite TH30 Headlamp. Yeah, it's got an orange peel reflector. Oh, you are at the We All Juggle Knives channel, by the way. Doing flashlights today, or tonight, I should say. This comes with a whole bunch of stuff. You've got two O-rings and an extra charging port cover. You've got the charging cable. Comes with a removable pocket clip, and it comes with headgear, adjustable head strap, and a holder for the headlamp, and a spare holder as well. Alright, let's look at the stats on this thing. Alright, so it has an SOS mode, it's got a Firefly mode, and it's got 5 other brightness levels, all the way up to turbo. Alright, 3,350 lumens is the turbo until it steps down. And you see the run times there as well, and the beam distance. Alright, so those are the stats. That is damn bright for a headlamp style light. Alright, let's talk headlamps. A headlamp is a vital piece of gear, especially if you're preparing for possible emergencies, alright, disasters. We got a hurricane hitting the USA as I make this video. I'm gonna have to check the news after, but there's plenty of disasters out there, loss of power, and a headlamp is vital for basically if you have to do something in the dark with your hands free. The headlamp, did I say headlight? I always say headlight, whatever, dude. Headlamp, if you have to, like, let's say your car breaks down on a country road, you know, those roads where I test some of my lights, there's no lights on those country roads. Your car breaks down, you have to look under the hood and you have to fix something with your multi-tool with both hands. You're going to need a headlamp. Another use could be night hiking, whether you like to hike at night or maybe it's unexpected. Maybe for whatever reason, maybe you got lost, maybe you got injured and you planned to be back before dark, but you could not make it back in time. You know, so yeah, this is vital for all kinds of emergencies. You know, it's not really a collectible type light. Like some of the lights I review, people actually collect them. They either want the brightest light or the longest range light. But I gotta say, headlamps, that kind of wins as one of the most useful categories of light, one of the most practical. So how does this light work? Well, it's got a switch up here. And basically to turn it on, just press this. To turn it off, you also press that. If you want to go to Firefly mode when it's off, you just press and hold. This is the lowest mode, very low. Alright, now when it is on, if you want to cycle through 4 brightness levels and the SOS mode, you just press and hold this. Alright, so let's do that now. Alright, so you saw that and it went to SOS mode. And double tap for turbo. And that is the turbo. You'll see that all better when we go outside. I'm just telling you how to operate it right now. Now you can recharge the battery in the light by hooking this up to any power source. It's got a micro USB to USB cable, and this is just a power bank flashlight that I have, and when it is charging it will be red as a charging indicator, and when it is fully charged that will turn to blue. Alright, so that's pretty convenient. Now this came with a battery included, and let's take a look at that. To get at it, remove the tail cap, unscrew the tail cap. Alright, so that is the battery that it came with. This takes one 18650 lithium-ion battery. That is an IMR battery, and I'm not sure how many amps that battery provides or can withstand, but it's probably a high amp, high drain battery, just judging from the lumen output that they're getting from it. If you were to use an inferior battery in the light, you probably would not be able to hit the turbo mode as bright as it is supposed to be. Alright, so and that's one reason they included the battery, because there's no use to having a light this bright if people use a crappy battery, so They include the battery, and it, you know, it makes the package cost a little more, but it's good because there's no guesswork. Let's go demonstrate this light. Now, this is not the type of light that's meant to, you know, stand on one end of a football field and light up all the way across the field. That's not this type of light. So I'm not going to demonstrate this in the same way because it's not the same type of light as many of the others. I'm not going to stand on a football field, you know, and shine a headlamp. That's not what it's for. I'm going to go on a little bit of a night hike through, there's like a swamp and some woods. And that's one common use, as I said, you know, night hiking. So yeah, we'll demo it outside and then we'll be back for some final thoughts. All right, we're out here with the Thrunite headlamp light on the old testing board. Let's cycle through. And also, flashing light warning, there's a SOS mode in the main cycle, as you will see. All right. Let's go full turbo. Wow, that is the turbo. Definitely the brightest headlamp that I've ever owned. I mean, that's just nuts. Alright, oh, and one more, reading mode, or what are they calling it? Firefly? Hold on. That's their Firefly mode. Back to turbo. Bam, here comes the sun, or here is the sun. We're inside the sun. Alright YouTube, we're up in the second story window with this Thrunite headlamp light. And wow, I mean this thing is so bright that you can use it as a floodlight for your backyard and, you know, the neighbor's backyard as well. Alright, here is a top view beam shot of this Thrunite headlamp light. Wow. I mean that is pretty impressive. Just blasting it down the road. Hey, what's up YouTube? We're out here, a little night hike, testing out this Thrunite headlamp light. Alright, this is the high mode. And we're at the swamp. But there's also some woods by the swamp, so the swamp trail kind of turns into a woods trail. Alright, let's go full turbo. Let's see what we can see. I see all kind of animals here. Whoa. Dude. A very large bird just went over my head. A very large bird just flew over my head. Okay, I'm gonna mix in a clip of the same bird that I caught during the daytime, so you know I'm not lying. All right, watch the bird clip. It's very short. All right, we're back, YouTube. Okay, that bird just flew over my head. I saw its shadow. Now, the reason I'm just holding this light is because I want to demonstrate this turbo mode so you can see how bright it gets. And it gets hot. And I don't need that next to my frickin' head. Sometimes I think, what would I do if a Sasquatch or a Bigfoot just came running right out there? Imagine this was found footage. Like, imagine they never found We All Juggle Knives. They just found this camera and this was the last one. I'm actually going to leave instructions to publish it if this is found footage. Anyone who finds this, I want you to publish this. And don't put any warning. Put that at the end. So YouTube, you don't even know. I might be dead right now. This might be found footage. You never know. Thrunite, if I'm dead, please give my pay to TAC. No, I'm serious. I heard a noise over that way. Don't worry, it's just a Sasquatch. Alright, YouTube, we're heading back. Oh, by the way, I was abducted by aliens just now. You know what would be really creepy? If I got back and it was like 20 days later and I didn't know what the hell happened. Yeah, next on Coast to Coast. I'll be the next story on Coast to Coast. But anyway, about this light, look how much it's lighting up. Jeez, it's like daytime. Look how much of the trail, at least in front of me. I gotta power this down. It's not getting too hot, but just for safety. This isn't even the highest mode. All right, let me kick in turbo again. Wow, I mean, that turbo is bright. There's the swamp. We're back at the swamp. All right, YouTube. I survived the swamp. I'm on a bridge right now. This is a bridge that kind of goes over the swamp, or the creek that feeds the swamp. Damn, even with that street lamp up there, you can still see how bright this is. That's without it. Damn, just look at that. Okay, I'm gonna put this in the headgear that it came with because I want to show you what it would look like. Hey, what's up, YouTube? Yeah, I look pretty sweaty because it's very humid and I just biked about 45 minutes and then I went on a hike through a swamp. Alright, sorry, I had to focus the camera, but what's up, YouTube? Shout out to all my YouTube peeps. This is what the headlamp looks like. Alright, let's go home. Let's go home and have a beer. And we are back, YouTube. Hope you enjoyed that. What do I think of this light? You know, this light is brighter than a headlamp needs to be. You know, that opens up some more possibilities of how to use it, because you can still just use it as a normal headlamp for hands-free work in the dark. You know, just put it in like the medium mode, right? You don't need the turbo mode for that. But that turbo mode, I mean, this thing, security, you know, you hear a bump in the night, you just have this, boom, you hit it with over 3,000 lumens, whatever it is, it's going to be blinded, you know, right? And this can light up the whole scene because the orange peel reflector and how bright it is, it just, the light comes out at a very wide angle and it'll light up an entire backyard or front yard or side yard. So do I recommend it? Well, it's about $70 right now, although that does include the battery. So it's not really, you know, it's not cheap. It's not expensive, but it's not cheap. If all you want is a headlamp, Thrunite as well as WOWTAC have less expensive models that are also less bright, which, you know, if you just need something to use as a headlamp at close range, you could get one of the less expensive Thrunite or WOWTAC models, and I will include links to the different options. So yeah, you have some choices. Depends on your priorities, but yeah, for an ultra bright headlamp, I do recommend it. But keep in mind, you have to be familiar with these types of lights, these very high output lights, because this does get hot in the turbo mode. So, you know, you kind of have to know what you're doing. I mean, it's not a light for beginners. Don't give it to your uncle who's never had a light except for, you know, a 30-year-old light that he has. All right, so be careful. You know, I would never put this in turbo mode if it was on my head, you know, for more than a few seconds, if that. Right, so use common sense. But, yeah, I like it. I mean, it's my brightest headlamp light thus far, definitely. Alright, check out the links below. They do support the channel. Alright, YouTube, I hope you enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for many more. This has been We All Juggle Knives and Lights. I'm out.